Hi, I'm Allie Smyser.
And I'm Brooke Mulligan.
And you're watching
Attorneys React.
Have you seen this movie?
A long time ago.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
This is Elizabeth Thorson King, my wife. As if Liz's coma weren't enough already, the whole goddamn state is following my decision on who's gonna buy 25,000 pristine acres on Kauai that my family has owned since the 1860s. I'm the sole trustee, which means I alone hold all the cards.
Sometimes we have co-trustees, right? But a lot of times people, families pick one trustee and the siblings are upset, or cousins, like, why didn't they pick me? And I'm always like, be happy they didn't pick you. Like, it's a huge burden.
Yeah, look at George. He's stressed.
Poor George. It's a huge burden and it's a huge responsibility. Like, you have a fiduciary duty to the beneficiary. So you have to make all the decisions in their best interest.
Your mother's not well.
Yeah, obviously.
They just told me she's not gonna wake up. We know for sure now. The doctors are gonna stop caring for her. She has this will, see, that says that we have to do it this way. We both do.
Whatever you sign in black and white, yes, that's theoretically what should be followed. But there's all sorts of gray area in this. So what I always tell people is just make sure you trust them and make sure you talk to them about what you want, and then make sure they'll carry that out.
Does the gray area come from, like, the idea in this case, you get a second opinion and the doctor would say, oh no, we could do this and it might not be so, okay.
Yes.
So
yeah, right. So ultimately it's going to, it's really going to depend on the person, but ultimately you also want the person that you're appointing to make those choices based on that document.
Jibber jabber. It's an advance directive. It's basically her instructions on what procedures she wants in this case.
I know goddamn well what it says. She doesn't want us sitting around watching her spoil like milk. So if there's nothing the doctors can do, she'd rather just get on with it.
And it's hard, and that's kind of, again, when I say, like, it's all great when it's in black and white, right? You're sitting in my office or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Sure, yeah.
no problem.
Pull the plug. But, these are like quite literal life and death decisions here, and they're really hard. I mean, I've had to do it, and it's terrible. Yeah. But then the flip side is then you also have that document to say, okay, this is what he wanted.
Yeah, it's almost not even my choice. This
exactly.
is, they made this choice themselves. I'm just helping follow through with it.
And that's why we do it a lot of times for our divorcing clients,
yes.
Right? So because when you're getting a divorce, you're still married.
Right. And so they would technically be the next of kin if something were to happen, but you're in this process of divorcing. You don't necessarily want, your future ex-husband to be deciding your wishes.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Not gonna do it.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna sign it.
What are you doing, man?
I don't want it to go to Hollitzer. I don't want it to go to anyone. I want to keep it.
You're the trustee, Matty. You know better than anyone we only have 7 years left.
Then I have 7 years to figure out how to keep it.
We'll come after you, Matt.
I'm the trustee now, and I'm not signing. I'm not signing it. So if you want to sue me, it'll just make us closer.
Ultimately, he's just asking for time to decide. But I think he's violating his fiduciary
I was going to
duties.
say, I understand his reasoning, but yeah, his duty is to the beneficiaries, his family, not to, unfortunately, the Hawaiian people or this greater idea of keeping Hawaii pristine. And so I think he probably is violating his fiduciary duties.
It's more of a romantic movie.
Yes, and then the movie ends right there, you know what I mean? Like, and then you pick it up in 4.5 years and he's in litigation and,
Yeah, I do think if they sued him, they'd probably prevail. It'd be very expensive, but yeah, not the Hollywood ending we would want.
Thanks for watching.